Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah and on my channel I do anti-MLM content. I also have a clothing reselling business on the Poshmark app, and so I make a lot of Poshmark and reselling tips and tricks videos as well. I'll let you in on a little secret that this is the second time I'm filming this video today. I filmed 2 videos this morning, and when I went to go upload them to my computer, my SD card informed me that it needed to be reformatted and it wiped all of my files away. We love that. Okay, this has been a really stressful day, but it's okay. I'm gonna redo it. What this means is that I had 4 videos planned this week and I genuinely don't think that I can get all of them up. A ton of wasted time today, which is such a huge bummer, but it's okay. Here we go. I wanted to start off at the beginning of this video letting you know that I have been receiving some MLM horror story submissions. I mentioned a couple of videos back that I've never asked for these before. I've never put it out there that I was gonna make MLM horror story videos in the future and that I wanted submissions. My email is in the description box of all my videos, and people just kind of took it upon themselves to send me their stories, which I think is honestly really amazing. I love that you feel that I can be trusted with your story and with your experience, and that you would be willing to let me read it in a future video. And with that, I have a little stockpile going. I'm just kind of hanging on to them for right now. I would love to have maybe like 2 or 3 more stories in order to make a full-length video out of it. So if you have any personal or first-hand experience with being in an MLM, being recruited into one, anything like that that you would be willing to share, I would love to have it. But let's jump into today's top fails. There's a lot to get through, and this is a juicy one, you guys. The first thing we're going to be looking at is something that a subscriber forwarded to me. Thank you for doing that. It's one of those things that I never would have seen it if it wasn't sent to me, so I'm so appreciative. It's not really a traditional like top fail submission, like a video or a clip or a reel, but it's kind of a big deal in like anti-MLM news right now. And that is the fact that yesterday on Monday, Monat Compliance sent out an email to all of their market partners regarding promoting the products and the business opportunity in relation to COVID-19. This would have been a great email to send a year and a half ago when the pandemic started, but better late than never. But I'm guessing that this is coming out now because Monat had their annual conference Monations last month, and as a result of that, a lot of reps have come down sick with COVID. And with becoming sick, they've seen that as an opportunity to now promote Monat's wellness products or to promote the business opportunity. It's like, I'm so sick, but thank goodness I have this little pill from Monat, or I'm so ill I can barely function, but thank goodness I can work from my bed. Very, very predatory claims on both the product and the business opportunity side. And so I'm thankful that Monat is finally kind of addressing this. It's a pretty short email, so I figured I would just put screenshots up here and I'll read through it, and then at the end, I'll tell you how you can report the health and the income and the business claims in relation to COVID-19 if and when you come across the Huns posting stuff like this on social media. So the email says, "Dear market partner, as you continue to promote Monat products and the business, remember market partners must avoid any reference to COVID-19 in conjunction with the Monat business or products. This includes statements made in person and on social media, in a post, on an image, through video, and in hashtags. Examples of prohibited claims related to COVID-19 and Monat products, specifically products: don't wait until the next virus. Prevent, protect, maintain your health. Boost your immune system now and for the future. Stating that our products could protect against viruses. The use of hashtags such as hashtag COVID and hashtag prevention imply that the product will prevent, protect against, or treat COVID-19. Any claims related to preventing the spread of or mitigating the symptoms from an illness. Taking general immunity boosting claims and tying them to COVID-19. Market partners are not permitted to make any claims or representations regarding Monat products other than those claims and representations already found in Monat's marketing materials. Examples of prohibited claims related to COVID-19 and the Monat opportunity. Suggesting that consumers could earn money to cover lost income from pandemic-related job loss. Because of Monat/this business, my family's income isn't impacted by COVID-19. During an uncertain time like this, one thing I'm grateful for is residual income from my home-based business. If you're struggling and can use an extra few $100s a month, why not give this a try? I have seen every single one of these repeatedly. Also avoid using more generic terms when discussing Monat products or the business. This includes terms and phrases such as uncertain times, pandemic, challenging times, current economic situation, quarantine, and other related terminology. The FTC has made it clear that it is closely monitoring the marketplace for companies and individuals that it believes may be capitalizing on the anxiety, fears, and uncertainty caused by the coronavirus pandemic. We ask that each market partner take time to review all of their social media accounts to ensure that all of their posts adhere to the guidelines above. Any claims related to COVID-19 and the business or Monat products will not be tolerated and will result in immediate action taken on your account." So bottom line, coming from the company itself, Monat reps cannot be connecting their products or their business opportunity to the COVID-19 pandemic in any capacity. Every single Monat market partner got this email. Every single person should be aware of this new compliance rule. But of course, that doesn't mean that everyone's going to comply and that everyone's going to abide by these rules. There are going to be people that blatantly ignore this, and they're going to continue making posts like this anyway. So there's 3 different ways that I want to point out to you that you can report these posts if and when you do come across them. The first way, and arguably most effective way, is to report to the FTC directly. You can go to reportfraud.ftc.gov, and they actually have a very user-friendly website. It just says start report. You click a couple bubbles about what kind of scam that you're reporting. So you'll click money making opportunity, and then you'll click program to be your own boss or start a business. So that way they know that you're talking about an MLM. And then you can give as many details as you know or as you are comfortable giving. You can remain anonymous if you want to. Just keep in mind that the more details you give, the easier it will be for the FTC to take action should they decide to do that. The next thing you can do is you can report the post to Monat Compliance directly. Their email is compliance@monatglobal.com. Honestly, who's to say if they're ever going to do anything about it? But you can type up an email to them if you want. You can include screenshots, you can include the Instagram handle, photos, videos, anything like that. Like I said, I think this should be maybe like a secondary tier of reporting to compliance because it is coming from the company itself. The FTC itself, they're the ones that are really going after it, and they're the ones that are looking for people who are scamming, using COVID-19 as a tactic. So they're really the ones that need to be informed, but I guess maybe it could help for Monat themselves to see like which people are the culprits. And then you can also report the post itself on whichever social media platform you're on. Specifically for Instagram, you can click report, and then you'll click on false information, and then you'll click on health. So anyway, the whole point of me bringing this up is not to tell you that you should now make it your life's work to go tattletale on Monat Huns, okay? That's not what this is about. What it's really about is Monat holding their representatives to a certain standard, and we already know that there's going to be some people that aren't going to comply. And I believe that if this behavior still continues after the email has been sent and after everyone's been warned, that's worth reporting. I know I'm going to report it if I see it from here on out. So do with that information what you will. If you feel so inclined, I think that that could be a really great way to help keep these reps accountable and to help keep other people protected against falling into this scheme simply because their health or their finances are compromised because of the pandemic. That's a very vulnerable place to be in, and we don't need more people joining MLMs because of it. So I'll get off my soapbox now and move on to the next thing. This next little collection of things, I have a video and a couple pictures to show you, and they all have to do with Monat's launch in Australia. Again, I know we're focusing really heavily on Monat. They are easily my least favorite MLM, but my goal is to kind of inform you about these things as they're happening in real time. And so with the compliance email, that happened yesterday, and with this launch in Australia, that happened just 3 days before that. So it's relevant right now. I know we're focusing a lot on Monat, but I hope you can see how it's kind of important. So at Monations in September, the annual conference, Monat announced that it was going to be expanding into the untapped market of Australia. They are going to infiltrate the Australian population with their shampoo. And since the moment that was announced, it has been a mad scramble for people at the top of Monat especially to find Australians to get on their team with them. I don't completely understand all the ins and outs of how it works, but it seems like it's a pretty mutually beneficial situation where people who are joining in Australia, they're getting in first. It's an untapped market. They're going to have a better chance of rising to the top of the pyramid and making the most money. While on the other hand, it seems like it's beneficial for people in other countries. I'm in the US, so that's the example I'm going to use, but it seems like it's beneficial for people in the US too to have Australians on their team. So it just seems like this absolute mad dash to like get as many Australians on your team as possible, because like I said, they have the best chance of making it to the top of the company because they joined early, and that's how pyramid schemes work. But anyway, I have a short video to show you, and then there's a photo that kind of goes with it, so I'll just show you both of them back to back and then we'll talk about it.
Right, getting ready to hop on a call to welcome all the new Australia babes on the team and recognize all the girls who have already ranked. You guys, this is insane, okay? So stay tuned for some big business happening over in Australia because we are taking over.
Okay, so that was a video from one of the top earners in Monat. Here's a post that a different top earner posted, and it says, managing market builder blank promoted 4 times within an hour of joining as an Australian market partner and starting her business. A Monat legend in the making. So let's break down the video first, okay? She's saying we're gonna hop on a Zoom call, we're gonna recognize all the Australia babes who have already ranked up. This is super alarming, you guys. Here's a screenshot from the Monat Australia website, and it says that beginning on October 1st, you are in the pre-launch phase. This means that you can enroll as one of our pre-launch market partners, you can try our amazing products for yourself, and you can spread the word among your friends and family. And it's not until November 1st that Monat goes live in Australia, and you can actually start selling the products to retail customers. So right now, in this pre-launch phase, if I wanted to join Monat, all I get to do is sign up and purchase my starter pack and wait for it to arrive to me in the mail. You have to remember that these girls have not tried any of the products yet. They have not even arrived on Australian soil. That could be an exaggeration, okay, but you get what I mean. They haven't tried them for themselves, so why are they signing up to sell something that they have no personal experience with? How do they know that they love the products if they've never even touched them before? And right now, there are no sales to be made. There's no customers to be selling to. It's all recruitment as much as humanly possible in this very first month. So when she says we're going to go on this call and recognize all the Australia babes who have already ranked up, this means that they have ranked up without selling any product. They have ranked up strictly on recruitment and spending money. And so knowing all of that, if we go back to this picture and it's showcasing this woman who apparently ranked up 4 times in 1 hour, making it to the 5th rank in the company, according to the Australia compensation plan, all this means is that she bought 500 in personal volume, she recruited 4 people, and all of those people together bought 5,000 in group volume. Now, I've said it in a couple of my past videos that I've talked to market partners in the US, and they all say the same thing, that 1 PV or GV point equates to roughly $1 US. Sometimes that can vary, but in the end, it essentially always works out to be like a roughly 1-to-1 ratio, okay? Now, of course, I have no idea how that compares in Australian dollars. I don't know if it's also a 1-to-1 ratio, so I don't know with this different compensation plan if 500 in personal volume means 500 Australian dollars were spent. But honestly, it's not even the dollar amounts that I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is the fact that people apparently can rank up in Monat by only recruiting and buying product for themselves. We know this. We know this is happening right now because the products are not for sale to retail customers yet. They haven't made those PV and GV points in a genuine way of selling to retail customers. All of the product purchasing is internal, and that's how they're ranking up. Do these Monat reps not understand that they are quite literally outing themselves for being a pyramid scheme by posting about this? The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission government website says pyramid schemes make money by recruiting people rather than by selling actual products or services, even if the scheme includes the selling of a product. These schemes work by asking new participants to make a payment known as a participant payment in order to join. I mean, come on, it's so blatantly obvious. So that's from an Australian government website. Here's a US government website. This is from the US Securities and Exchange Commission, and it's listing out the warning signs of something being a pyramid scheme. Promises of high returns in a short period of time. Check. Apparently you can rank up 4 times in an hour. No demonstrated revenue from retail sales. Check. All you have to do to rank up is recruit people and spend money. Buy-in required. Check. If you want in on this opportunity, you have to buy the starter pack. Emphasis on recruiting. Check. Really, you don't have to sell any product at all. All you need to do is recruit. All you need to do is spend your own money. Monat reps think that they're showcasing this amazing ground floor opportunity, and look at these people and how successful they already are. And you too can be at the top of the company if you join today. And the rest of us are like, do you understand the words that are coming out of your mouth? Do you realize that you are admitting Monat is a pyramid scheme? In fact, lots of people are actually coming forward and confronting people who are posting posts like this, and they're just like, can you please explain to me how people can rank up in your company by strictly recruiting and not selling any product, and how that's not a pyramid scheme? I check in with a lot of different anti-MLM Instagram accounts, and a lot of them have been posting screenshots or testimonies of people coming forward and saying, yeah, I confronted so-and-so and my comment got deleted, or I confronted so-and-so and they blocked me immediately, or I confronted confronted so-and-so and got completely ignored. But there is one screenshot of a comment section that I want to show you. This is a different top earner in Monat than the last two we've already looked at. She made a post in her Instagram feed itself all about how this is a great opportunity and how people are ranking up super fast without selling product. And somebody just commented saying, based on your stories about the Australia launch, I'm confused. If the actual product isn't available to the public yet, it seems a little weird for these people to be ranking up and making money so quickly purely on recruitment. Can you explain this? And she just responds, hi, since this is coming from a private Instagram with no name or post, I'd rather you reach out to me on your real profile or email me for info on the compensation plan or any other questions. And they said messaged. So it's just damage control and deflection at this point. This person commented a very straightforward, respectful comment in my opinion, just like, hey, can you explain this to me? I don't really understand how it works. And a very common thing for people in MLMs to do is be like, send me a DM, send me an email, jump on a Zoom call with me. And the reason they do that is so that they can have that conversation privately. It's a tactic to corner you and to get you alone in the online space so that there aren't other onlookers in the comment section who could potentially come to your defense. There is no defending the accusation of a pyramid scheme at this point. They have no leg to stand on. They have no way to talk their way out of it. And so then they deflect and they say, well, message me privately and we can talk about it there. Because at least that way, when they dance around their words and they make a fool out of themselves and they can't really explain it, there aren't other people in the public comment space that can add in their input. And until this point, I have yet to see a single Monat rep actually genuinely address this and give a reasonable explanation. Nobody has been able to successfully disprove the pyramid scheme accusation, and it's all damage control at this point, which I think speaks volumes. Okay, taking a break from Monat, next up we have a Beachbody rep. In this video, she's at a leadership retreat in Scottsdale, Arizona, and you can earn this trip if you're at a certain rank and you have a certain number of leadership points. I need to do a deep dive on Beachbody in the future because they have a lot of like really funky terminology, but what you need to know for this clip is that she's pretty high up in Beachbody and she's at this leadership retreat.
Okay, you guys, so we're here for team event, right? Leadership. She walks up. You said Matea? Matea. And she's like, hey, I'm on your team. And she's just visiting. It's her 40th birthday.
Yes.
And she lives in Scottsdale part of the year, part of it in Washington. And I'm like, I have no friends in Arizona, so like, you need to be my friend. And she's
We need
like,
to be besties.
yes, and so we're going to.
Yeah.
So meet Matea. Matea, right?
Yes.
How do you spell it?
Mattea.
Guys, my new best friend.
This is a super short clip, but a ton just happened that I need to break down. First of all, what do you think the point of her whipping out her phone, recording this, and posting it was? To me, it comes across like, oh my gosh, I just got recognized. I need to put this on Instagram. This would be great content for my Instagram story. Which in itself is like kind of weird. And the first thing she says is that this poor woman identifies herself as being on her team. She's like, hey, I'm in your downline. And she's like, what? What's your name? How do you pronounce it? I like don't even know you. Like how weird and embarrassing, right? Why are you pointing out that you don't know the girls on your own team? That woman makes you money. I feel like you should at least know her name. And then I don't know if you caught this the first time around. I didn't really catch it until it took me a few tries watching. Oh, hi. I don't usually let my cats in the room, but he was taking a nap over there. Hi, sweet boy. Oh, did you have a good nap? Are you still a little sleepy? Yeah, you were being so good, but now you're being distracting. Hi. Yes. You gonna hang out down there? Yeah. As I was saying, I don't know if you caught it in that clip, but she's like, I'm here for the leadership retreat, and she's just here because she lives here part-time in Scottsdale. Like, what a cringy video. Oh my gosh. And what I dislike the most is that she's obviously trying to flex something, right? Like, here I am, top of the company, at my leadership retreat with my slushie, and here's this girl that works under me. I don't even know her name, but we're like besties now. The secondhand embarrassment is so real with this one. Okay, the next thing we have is a reel. This one says, I just don't want to be that girl. That girl who works for herself from anywhere in the world. That girl who is able to earn free travel in a free car. That girl who creates her own time and financial freedom. Let's just break this down point by point. That girl who works for herself. If you join an MLM, you do not work for yourself. You signed up to be a salesperson of someone else's products, and you have an upline of people to report to and to be continually checking in with because their income is dependent on you. And your income is dependent on people you put in your downline. So there really is no like, I'm working for myself situation. The team effort here. That girl who's able to earn free travel and a free car. When do you think we're gonna stop hearing them use the word free to describe the trips and the car bonus programs? The trips are not free, okay? Your hotel is paid for, your airfare is paid for, but the food, the checked baggage, the ground transportation, the entertainment, the outings, the shopping, all that's on you, and it's reported as taxable income, so you get to pay taxes on the value of the quote-unquote free trip that your company is giving you. Your car is not free either. That's your car. It's in your name, you bought it, you took out the loan, and then you entered into a contract agreement with your MLM company that outlines if you continue to perform at this level, then you'll get a check that'll cover some of your car payment that month. The gas, the insurance, the maintenance, the interest payments, all on you, because that's your car. It's not your company's car. And the moment that you're not performing to the level that they require, they can pull out and then you are left to be responsible for 100% of the cost of your luxury vehicle. Good luck with that with an MLM income. Also, did you catch the phrasing, that girl who is able to earn, not that girl who has earned? Most of the reps who promote these incentives that their company offers have not even achieved those incentives themselves. It's really hard to buy into the idea that I get free trips and free cars if you yourself have not even achieved those things yet. And then lastly, that girl who creates her own time and financial freedom. You could make the argument that you create your own time freedom, of course, because you get to pick when you work and when you don't, but you do not create your own financial freedom in an MLM. If you do reach the point where you're making a full-time income, which is highly unlikely, it won't be because you created it. It'll be because your downline created it. If you did not have a downline, you would not be making enough money to experience financial freedom, so let's give credit where credit is due. And just to wrap it up, people don't want to be that girl because MLM reps have a terrible reputation these days. Being the boss babe MLM hun who posts about their biz on Instagram all day, it's not a good look. And I'm not saying that to be rude or to place judgment on these people, but what I'm saying is that people see through the lies. People understand more and more how these things are not really all they're cracked up to be. It's all a facade of a false lifestyle, and people are catching on to that. And with that, that is all for today's MLM Top Fails video. Before we go, I do have a comment shout out. This was on MLM Top Fails 11, I believe. It was the one where the Monat rep was talking about how amazing their new body care line is, and she's like, it's skincare for the body. And Kimmy says, skincare for your body, which is skin? I'm so confused. And honestly, so many people had some kind of variation of this comment. A lot of people were catching on to that, which is hilarious. So keep the funny comments coming. They are the best to read. I'm about to go download all the files off this SD card. I hope they're there. If they're not, you'll never see this video, but I will say maybe refilming this was meant to be because Cooper made a guest appearance, which very rarely happens, so we love that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.